Van Dyke Show.
Laura Petrie enters his house.
Starring Dick Van Dyke.
Greeted by his wife and son, he turns and trips over an ottoman.
Rosemary, Maury Amsterdam, Larry Matthews, and Mary Tyler Moore.
This episode, Give Me Your Walls. Sitting on the couch at home, Rob scribbles on a notepad.
Why in the heck can't I draw horses?
He rests his writing hand on the back of his head, fiddling with his marker pen, which leaves a mark on the wall behind him. Then he tears a page off the notepad. He puts the pen in the other hand and rests that arm on the back of the couch, then turns the small horse statue he's trying to draw. With the pen back in his writing hand, he sketches the beginning of a horse on the pad. He rests his writing hand on his head again, accidentally making more marks on the wall behind him. About to continue drawing, he notices the tip of his pen and thinks. He glances at the wall behind him and finds the marks.
Oh, boy. Maybe I can get it before it dries.
Jumping up, he crosses the living and dining room to the kitchen bar, where he grabs a sponge. Then goes back to the pen.
What's that pen's?
He reads it.
Indelible laundry marking ink.
He drops it, frowning, then looks at the sponge.
That won't help.
He looks around.
Ink eradicator. Ink eradicator. Where's the ink eradicator?
He hurries into a storage closet and comes out with a small bottle of solution.
Doesn't work.
He shakes out some of the solution onto the sponge, setting the bottle aside.
This ought to do it.
He rubs at the marks with the sponge. The marks start to fade,
Yeah.
but leave one palm-sized dark splotch. Baring his teeth, Rob grimaces.
It'll dry lighter.
He tries to cover it with a pillow, but gives up and thinks.
Oh, boy. Maybe there's some more paint in the garage. Oh, I hope so.
Rob crosses the room again and leaves through the kitchen door.
Daddy!
Richie walks in.
Daddy!
Looking around, he notices the splotch on the wall and steps toward it, climbing onto the couch. He finds the sponge on the coffee table, then picks it up and turns to the splotch. Laura walks in with a grocery bag.
Richie, have you seen Daddy? Richie! I didn't do it. Well, if you didn't, young man, then who did? Maybe Daddy did. Richard R. Petrie. It is one thing to do something naughty, but then to put the blame on someone else. And your own father. That I will not tolerate. I am very angry with you, Richie. Now go to your room. Well, Mommy, I didn't do it. Go to your room. Didn't do it. Your father will deal with you later.
I'll deal with him now.
Rob returns with the paint.
Apologize to the boy.
But he just...
You just.
And I...
That's unjust. Honey, I did it with my little laundry marking pen.
Oh, Richie, darling, come here. Mommy is sorry, sweetheart.
Richie hugs her.
Look, how about a box of cookies?
She gives him one.
Oh, box? Yep. Just for being innocent? Oh, boy.
Richie runs off with the cookies.
Well, thank goodness we have a forgiving child.
He takes after his mommy.
You want me,
Well, I would like you to forgive me rather than have a lot of screaming.
Robert, how did you manage to mess my beautiful wall?
Honey, 95% of beautiful wall is still beautiful and clean.
Now we're going to have the whole room repainted, and we just had it done.
You're going to do the whole wall for one little spot?
Well, of course, there's no other way.
Honey, that's like washing a whole shirt because the collar and cuffs are dirty.
Do that.
You do that, you're not going to throw a whole room in a washing machine or something, are you?
No.
Well, you just help me move this furniture, and I'm going to just repaint the collar and the cuffs. That's all.
Laura helps Rob to move the couch. A little later, Rob brushes the last of the paint on the wall, but he hasn't reached the splotch yet. He pokes around in the paint can for any remaining drops and brushes them on. He turns to Laura, who's been watching him.
Don't say anything, sweetheart. I'll paint your face.
She smiles sweetly and smugly.
All right. Do we have any more of this paint?
She shakes her head.
Can we get any more of this paint?
The painter mixed it specially. Any more bright ideas?
He aims the brush at her. then puts it back in the can.
Yeah, I have. I have got a bright idea, and I'd like to see you poo-poo this one.
What is it?
We call a painter and let him do it, huh?
Brilliant!
Uh-huh.
And I didn't have faith in you.
He sits at the dining table.
Painter's name, honey? Mullen?
Mm-hmm, but you won't get him, darling. Millie tried to get him last week, and he's going to be busy for a month and a half.
Oh, boy. Were you here when that cute little Italian guy came by looking for work, wallpapering and painting?
Yes, I was.
Well, he left a card. Did you keep it?
Of course, you know I'm a card saver.
She gets some from a drawer.
You say the nuttiest things. Paper, card, string.
What do you want me to save?
Have to try money.
She sits at the table with a pack of cards.
Give me some.
There you go.
She gives him half of them, and they start to go through them.
Fertilizer, insurance, fertilizer, fertilizer.
Plumber, veterinarian.
We attract a lot of fertilizer sales. See, retail
Fabrics,
store,
contractor,
piano tuner.
upholstery, tailors.
Go directly to jail. Do not collect $200.
Laura puts that card aside.
Tree surgery,
real
insurance.
estate,
Here it is.
beauty
I found it,
salon,
honey.
leather goods.
You can stop. I got
carpets,
it.
Car rental. Who can stop? I'm all wound up. Welding, insurance, antiques.
Okay, here it is. Vito Giotto, master painter, Rome, Florence, Brooklyn.
He picks up the phone.
Sure this is the man?
Yeah. I remember laughing at that. Give me your walls.
How do we know he's any good?
Well, he's got a sense of humor. You know, how bad can he be?
Well, you've got a sense of humor, darling, and I wouldn't recommend you to paint fences.
I'll paint your face. Hello, is Mr. Vito Giotto there, please?
Later,
I got it, honey.
Rob goes to answer the front door and finds a short, mustachioed man in a suit and hat.
Mr. Petrie?
Yes?
Vito Giotto. Oh, yeah, won't you come in? Yes.
Taking off his hat, he puts his gloves inside of it.
Honey, Mr. Giotto's here.
Laura steps in with a coffee tray.
Oh, Senor Giotto.
She sets it down.
How do you do?
Always I do well, because I do only what pleases me.
Vito kisses her hand.
Well, this is the room we wanted done.
Ah, yes, it's very lovely. Ah, very lovely. Ah, non è quadrata, bellissima, ben fatta, proprio very nice.
He notices the wall.
Mamma mia! How long has this wall been sick?
Only since this afternoon.
Ah, good. We can still save it.
He turns to the wall.
Everything is going to be all right. Oh, excuse me, I disturb you. You were going to have a cup of coffee, eh?
Oh,
That's
no.
all right.
Oh, no, it's not all right. No, I feel bad. See, Signora, you have the cup of coffee, eh? Please, I examine the wall. Please, Signora, please.
He pulls out a dining chair for Laura.
Thank you.
When she sits, he holds another as Rob sits, then flicks a napkin to give Laura.
You got the sugar in the coffee, all right? Very good, all right? Yeah.
Leaving them at their table, Vito crosses the room, looking around. Then he caresses the affected wall. He turns to the Petries, grinning. Then returns his attention to the wall, tapping it like a doctor on a patient's back.
Mr. and Mrs. Petrie, I got to tell you something. You got the most beautiful walls. No, I thank you. In fact, I would consider it an honor. Ma che an honor, a privilege, if you would allow the brusher Vito Giotto to caress these magnificent walls. Please, give me your walls.
Well, take them.
Senor Giotto,
She stands.
would you like a cup of coffee?
You are very kind, thank you.
Rob, would you help me get a cup?
Oh, yeah, honey.
Rob stands.
Sit down, Mr. Giotto.